Let's look at this mind-blowing exponential equation problem. All right, we are asked to evaluate 2 exponent m minus 2 exponent n equals to 1984. Now, this is very important. Since 1984 is greater than 0, so it means that m, which is exponent, that's m, will be greater than n. So which means that m minus n, I can make m minus n equals to another letter, let's say letter p. So which means that by factoring out, I'm going to factor out 2 exponent m n from the left hand side. So let me factor out 2 raised to the power of n, okay, on the left hand side. So which means on the left hand side, we're going to have 2 raised to the power of m, parentheses 2 raised to the power of m minus n, then 2 raised to the power of m minus n, then minus 1. And this is equals to 1984. Okay, so let's not forget I said m minus n is equals to p, because 1984 is greater than 0. So it's that, which means we will have m to be greater than n. So m minus n is equals to p. So which means I can put this as 2 raised to the power of n, that is, this will become 2 raised to the power of p minus 1 equals to 1984. So now, what to do next is to find the prime factorization of 1984. Okay, now the prime factorization of 1984. Okay, the prime factorization of 1984 is 2 raised to the power of 6 times 31, because 2 raised to the power of 6 is 64. 64 multiplied by 31, that will be equals to 1984. All right, so which means that we can have 2 exponent n, parentheses 2 raised to the power of p minus 1 equals to 2 raised to the power of 6 multiplied by 31. All right, so this is even. Okay, this is even. That is because p will be greater than or equals to what? 1. Okay, so this is even, and this is also what? Even. So it means that 2 raised to the power of n will be equals to 2 raised to the power of 6. Okay, so from here we have that n will be equals to 6. So the value of n is equals to 6. Now, I can also equate 2 raised to the power of p then minus 1 equals to 31. Okay, now I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So by adding 1 to both sides, we're going to have the left hand side to reduce to 2 raised to the power of p. So 2 raised to the power of p will be equals to 32. And we know that 32 can be expressed in terms of base 2 to be 2 raised to the power of 5. So this will be 2 raised to the power of p equals to 2 raised to the power of 5. So that p will be equals to 5. Now let's recall. We recall that p is equals to m minus n. P equals to m minus n. Okay, yeah, p equals to m minus n. And we have that the value of n is equals to 6, while p is 5. So this is because we have p to be equals to 5, okay, and n to be equals to 6. So which means this will be 5 equals to m minus 6. Then m will be equals to 5 plus 6. Then the value of m will be 11. So this is why I said m is greater than n. Okay, since 1984 is greater than 0. All right. So now let's verify our answer. So now we have 2 raised to the power of n minus 2 raised to the power of n. Will it be equals to 1984? Now 2 raised to the power of 11, because the value of n is 2 raised to the power of 11. Then minus 2 raised to the power of n. The value of n is 6. Now, is this equals to 1984? Now, let me factor out 2 raised to the power of 6 in this case. By factoring out 2 raised to the power of 6, then I'm going to have 2 raised to the power of 6 parentheses 2 raised to the power of 5, because 2 raised to the power of 6 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 5. This is equals to 2 raised to the power of 11. So then we have this minus 1. Now, will this be equals to 1984? Now, what is 2 raised to the power of 5? We know that 2 raised to the power of 5 is 32. So which means from what we have here, 2 raised to the power of 6 parentheses 32 minus 1. Now, is this equals to 1984? We'll find out. All right, so this is 2 raised to the power of 6 multiplied by 32 minus 1. This is 31. Okay, I remember I said that the prime factorization of 1984 is 2 raised to the power of 6 times 31. So this is equals to 1984. So if we multiply this, okay, we'll definitely get 1984. So which means the values of m and n which satisfy the given equation are, we have m to be equals to 11 and then n equals to 6. The noblest pleasure is the joy of one's